Oh yes, Azanzi, welcome back at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Friday, and let's bring in some weekend feels as we talk about the South African rugby fans, which are in for a treat as the Vodacom United Rugby Championship returns with two exciting derbies taking place. We've got the DHL Stormers facing the Emirates Lions in Cape Town, and then the Blue Bulls are taking on the Sharks in Durban this Saturday. And the one and only Lorenzo Darres, our Expresso sports producer, is joining us to unpack the weekend's action. Lorenzo, how you doing, bro?
I am so excited. We've got local rugby back. Yes, I love European rugby, but now we get to watch our boys in action against each other. This is where the Springbok team kind of makes or breaks itself when it comes from a local point of view. So definitely looking forward to it. And it's December, come on.
It is, and I think a lot of these opportunities are for locals to show up against some of our stalwarts that we've had in our SA setup. So let's talk about the first game taking place. We've got Stormers at home against the Lions. I do believe from what I've seen in the week that Stormers are going to be boosting their side a little bit with some of the past SA players. So this means quite a bit to them, right?
Yeah, it does. We can't take away from the Lions. They are currently fifth on the standings. They're doing quite well. Keon Warner's back. Jacques Fourie coming out and saying that they're close to a near-strength team, the Joburgers. So they're going to be calling us Lions Head when they come down here. So we'll catch them later. But with the Stormers itself, absolutely amazing. I saw Sasha was at the cricket last night. So Sasha's back.
Is he going to be playing?
He should be playing. Nice. He should be starting. There's no two ways about it. The other guys that we are looking forward to seeing as well is Dion Fourie coming off the bench. He's had a lengthy injury layoff. And then just looking at it is Frans Malherbe. Hopefully we have him back as well. Obviously, we don't have the other guys. Ben Jason Dixon, BJ will be back as well. So definitely looking forward to him. They could be coming off the bench. So we'll wait until later on when the team actually gets released to see who's passed this week's training. So it could be a bit of a 50-50 with the last three that I mentioned.
Yeah, but I mean, with that being said, the Lions obviously having a dominant performance, especially with this. And it looks as though that form might continue unless the Stormers can do something different. Do you think these players are going to make the difference?
Yes, they are definitely going to make the difference. If you've got 3 or 4 Springboks that can come in, they can change the game because you've got youngsters that are a bit, they're wobbling all over the place. So you've got someone like Salman Murat that's back as captain. He's able to bring the fold together. Sometimes we haven't seen him at his best, but I'm hoping that with, getting some game time last week, being at home in front of the faithful, it's going to be a lot different. But you cannot write off the Lions. They've been phenomenal this season. They've been great on defense, great on attack. Like, come on, we want our teams to perform well, even though I'm biased towards the Stormers sometimes. I want all of our teams to perform. So like we said, at least 2 teams will win this weekend. And it will be 2 South African teams.
It will be, indeed. And I mean, it is the festive weekend, so that means the stadiums could also be quite packed. And we're looking forward to that.
20,000 tickets sold the last time I checked for the Stormers match. A bit more than what the Bulls did for one of their Champions Cup matches. I think they were on 14 or 15,000.
That's true, right?
So,
wow, okay.
So, Cape Town coming out, and I think there'll be more. There'll be more later.
Festival feels. Speaking of the next encounter, obviously the Bulls and the Sharks both are going up against each other, but both coming from defeats, right?
Yeah.
So I think for many of them in their team, they're going to want to have some sort of revenge and some comeback energy here. What do you think is going to be a standout in terms of the mental preparation for this one? Because both teams coming from, let's say, tail between their legs right now.
Yeah, no, definitely. 50,000 people at, in Durban. It's sold out. The match is sold out. The match is sold out.
Wow, that's a huge...
50,000 people are going to be in the Shark Tank, and I don't know if the pools are going to be able to handle it, but, the Sharks are coming out with big guns, except for Eben Etzebeth. Majority of the Springboks are back. You'll see the likes of Sia. He scored not too long ago. He's been in hot form in number 8. Like, he's playing. He's playing like someone that has a new breath of fresh air in his life. I don't know if it's, because of not having too much pressure of the captaincy on him.
I think it's exactly that,
And he's playing at number 8. He's got so much free flowing at the moment, and I'm loving what I'm seeing in the Sharks team, and I hope they're going to build on it. But you can never displace, Jake White and his team.
Yeah, especially the defense of the Bulls, man, and you've seen it all throughout the season. It's been absolutely incredible. It's something that I think the Sharks are really need to pay attention to.
Yes.
And hopefully, I don't know what your opinion is, but do you think that the home field advantage can play in their favor to pierce through that defense?
It could, definitely. And the one thing that you need to understand, and we've always said this about the Sharks throughout the years from Super Rugby, when the Sharks run away with the match, they win the match.
Yeah.
And what we've seen slowly but surely is they run away with it and then they become laxed and they give the opposition the opportunity to come back. And if you're going to give the Bulls an opportunity, a sniff, of victory or them scoring, they are going to do it. Last week they had 3 tries that were disallowed. They probably learnt in their Monday video session about some words they've never known in their vocabulary coming from Jake White. So the thing is, they would have gone back. They would have done their homework. They would have corrected those things because it's all about discipline. It's the small errors that little forward pass, that small knock on, that player just crossing the line on another player. So they would have worked on that this week, and they're going to come out strong, and they know what they're going to have to be against when it comes to playing against Springboks. They called it. Jake said, there is Test rugby at a club level, and this is it. There's no other way to describe it if you're playing against Springboks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Listen, it's going to be quality nonetheless all around this weekend. 2 incredible local derbies. We've got the Stormers up against the Lions and then the Bulls and the Sharks. Who's your money on? Let us know. And I hope you have an incredible weekend. Like we said, festive feels. And Lorenzo, thanks so much for coming through, getting us hyped up for incredible ruggers this weekend.